What's up, guys? Welcome to the CyberHype. We are your hosts, Toshi, Vasilis, and Adonis, and this is your geek culture destination.
If you guys are into gaming, anime, tech, sci-fi, geek shit, you found the right channel.
And we will be live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So if you want to tune in for some geek culture shit, this is the place to be. So tune in, boy, to the CyberHype.
Yeah.
Damn.
Who wants to take this one? Malik, could you sum pain up in a sentence?
In a
In
sense.
a sentence?
When
You will know pain.
you will know pain. No. Pain is basically what happens when someone loses something so precious to themselves that they want to make the entire world suffer for it. So they're willing to sacrifice their morals, their body, and even, I guess, their potential within this world of chakra and whatever. I know it's not a sentence, but just to see that that come to fruition. Basically, it was like when you get hurt in life, you either seek revenge or you seek being healed, and he didn't seek healing.
Yeah, it's almost like
he's in a lot of pain.
He's in a lot of pain. It's essentially he wanted everybody to feel what he's feeling. He's like, walk a mile in my shoes to the extreme.
Forever.
Yeah.
Man, it sounds like 6 months of therapy might help him get over some of these. Over some of this.
That and yoga.
That and yoga.
30
Tell him,
days,
Gumby.
you know what I'm saying? You can just hop in there.
Pain needs yoga.
Interesting.
Dude,
all right.
30 days.
Yeah, so that's definitely Pain's situation, but he's not inherently an evil person. It's almost he has this Thanos thing where it's like he feels that what he's doing is the right thing.
Okay.
And ultimately undoes what he did. Like, because he ends up destroying a lot and killing a lot of people. And then let's just say, for the sake of the argument, he has the Dragon Balls and wishes everybody back.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of a conversation he has with Naruto. Naruto hits him with the no jutsu, and then he was like, "Oh shit, you're right."
Okay.
Undo.
Interesting. He sounds like he's conflicted, and he did things out of emotion. Okay.
And was being manipulated as well.
I think the Thanos thing is like a really good way to depict pain, to be honest, as far as like the way he wanted to handle society.
Although Thanos he was moving it on his own accord. It sounds like
exactly. Thanos wasn't being manipulated.
Well, yeah, for sure. But I mean, like, in the sense of like inflicting what he wanted, you know what I'm saying, inflicting his own on other people, even though for Thanos it was like an equation situation, so that was different. But
gotcha.
Basically, he wanted to make sure it was felt across multiple.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you for catching me up.
Yeah, for sure. So this is the reason why when we were talking about him versus Muzan, we're just like, well, if it's pure evil, like it just felt like Muzan was he just wants to kill everybody. Like that's just his whole vibe.
He just has to go.
I mean,
Pain is a very complex character. Muzan really isn't. He's just like, yo, y'all trying to die. Like that's what y'all try to do. Like,
You must want to die today.
So I mean, in this scenario though, Mari, you know light. And hearing kind of what we're talking about, how do you feel about light in contrast to a Pain type of character? How do you feel as far as that goes? Like if you're just going off of what we gave you, I guess. Yeah. How would you feel this would go?
I think the fact that Pain was manipulated by another character makes him, again, conflicted. And if anything, a softer character because of that. I think that if he was truly evil, then he would be 10 steps ahead. He would be able to see that. And if he was truly evil, I don't know if this happens or not, but he would do something to make that character pay, right? And overthrow that character. I think with light, again, it goes back to the fact that I think it's so evil because we all have a little bit of light in us, whether we like to think about it or not. But those selfish intentions are there. And when we have divine power, it's one of the reasons why I think we're not superheroes. I think it's why our superhero powers have not kicked in yet, unless one of you guys aren't telling me, which you can tell me later.
I mean, one day I woke up, my hair was this color. I just don't know what happened.
There is a way.
If one of y'all are holding out, I'll be so pissed off.
Some CIA documents I'll send you. Hiking.
Hey, look, I'm gonna be honest though. I really think Toshi's hiding something because for the longest he never had spicy food because he couldn't eat it. And then last year I go to this dude's house. I go back to LA and he has all this assortment of hot sauce. I'm like, bro, what's going on?
Not
he
this
just had an evolution.
Hot sauce.
That's just I evolved.
Hey, that's just his sauce. That's not hot sauce. That's Toshi's neck sauce. He's like he's sweating and putting it in bottles. Like,
my goodness,
get out of here.
Disrespect.
Neck sauce.
Not out of
disrespect.
That is crazy, human evolution. But we were talking about like, I just like spicy food out of nowhere. What if I was a clone?
Yeah. What if he was a clone? He wouldn't know it.
I wouldn't know. If you were a clone, you wouldn't know you were a clone.
Where's the real Toshi?
I was like, bro,
what did you do with him?
Imposter.
What did you do with him?
I don't know, man. I just woke up one day and it was like, spicy foods are good. Now I like spicy foods.
So weird.
You just had a Pokemon evolution.
Yeah. That was which one was it? Is it XY?
But anyway, like powers, right? Like I think it's not realistic to say that if if I had a superhero power, all of a sudden I got this divine power. I think I would probably use it for good. Right. I think I would also be extremely selfish with it. And I think that I would like evil parts of me would be peeled away and shown because I have this power all of a sudden. You know, it's the same way where it's just like, man, somebody said something to me on the street and I have all this, whatever the power is. Like I can't deny that I would think about using it and probably
for
would.
Sure.
Not a deathnote.
So
keep it a stack.
And I think that's why it's
question
scary.
About that. Do you think it's because it's the difference between being given a power and earning a power?
Ooh.
Psychologically, is that something different? Someone that's earned the power wouldn't abuse it.
Interesting.
Someone that's just given the power doesn't know what to do with it, so they test their boundaries and they can do great, or they probably will do horrific things.
That's a great question.
I mean, I don't.
So
I don't really
here's my thing though, right? So like, what is power? Is power influence? Because if power is influence, some people earn that influence and still influence people in some fucked up ways. So,
and what if power is strength? You know, let's say in like a martial arts or melee sense. You know what I'm saying? You really have to build that up over time. You know, in a sense. So, what if that's the version of power?
That maybe come in with guidance as well. Like, cause so Toshi, like you're a martial artist. So like, did you ever see anybody that even in martial arts would just rage out? Like they just didn't have the composure or they just couldn't grasp.
Yes, 100%. You always see a bad seed. There was definitely a few bad seeds I would always end up in the ring with. And it's crazy because it's funny because you see the person and you see how they react. And then you actually look at his family or that person's family, you know what I'm saying? And then you kind of see, got it. I see exactly where you came from. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, it's kind of like, it was, I was in competitive, so I was competing a lot. And it's like dance moms. It's like, you know, real talk. It's the same shit. It's like they want their child to be the best and the winner. So they push their child to the hardest. And you can see them like, yeah. You know, I've seen moms cuss out judges. And I'm like, why? Because these are professional martial artists judging a competition. You're going to tell them that they're wrong, that you're the mom talking about, no, you didn't see my son's kick. He did it. Yo, like, and then, you know, you see how the child reacts and you see how the martial artist grows up and they think they're this almighty character, but you know, you end up whipping their ass and they throw a fit. And then you're just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if he had power, he'd probably fucking try to destroy everything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and it's just like, yo, like it's crazy to see people like that, you know, because they think, you know, and we see that in, I guess, any type of I don't know what to call it, maybe like an alpha sense, like alpha sports and everything. Like I said, dance, and there's people who just have this this personality to them that they really think, like, it's not like they try to act up to it. It's like they really think they're better than everybody. And when they're not better than everybody, we see them, they don't get their way. So they end up doing something crazy. And you're just like, why are you like this? And we have all types of factions that are created from
but
that.
It's so human.
It's so human. It's so human. Yeah,
and it's like that's the painful part, you know. It's like we don't want to admit that we have these parts of us, but I think that it's always a choice whether you act on it or not, and the question becomes really muddled when you see something like Death Note, where it's just like, what do you do? Again, you just mentioned, it was given. So then how does that affect somebody's psyche of like how they react to it? They think that they're above everything else. And yeah.
And physically at the time, not physically, but because of the power he had, he technically was. So it's like, what does that do now to elevate that idea in your head of like, I think I'm better than everybody, or I think I'm doing what's right, and I have the power to actually do that.
Ooh. And you know, like he's a likable character, right? Like he's a very likable character in the beginning. He's like he has no disputes about him or anything like that. And so it's not that he is evil. It's like the true evilness is like, it's always like inside of us. And that's, that's freaking scary, dude.
We all have a little evil in us.
I mean, haven't you, have you ever, because like everybody had these moments where you see somebody, you're like they said something like, I wish I'd smack the shit out of you. If I
Bro,
like,
Donald
like
Trump.
there's this.
I want to smack his face every time I see it. I'm just saying. I'm not, you know, like, I'm not even talking about just him as a person or anything. Just the look of his face, I just want to slap it. You know, sometimes people just have that face. You just want to slap.
And imagine if you had superhero powers.
I would have slapped the shit out of him.
Right, and because you think that you're doing the right thing, and then to like for us to not know what that right thing is, damn, dude.
I get what you're saying.
Scary.
That's true though. That's true. To have the mentality and thinking you're right.
Yo,
it's the first person I thought of, man. I was like, oh, if I just want to slap the shit out of a face,
bro,
that would be
he's
the
like,
one.
I just want to smack your face right now. Smack.